Upstate in white, Campbell in orange. Opening tap, and they'll have to do it again. Take two on the opening tap.
Cut, don't print it.
They reset the game clock to 20 minutes. And here we go. USC Upstate has the opening possession of the game. And Corey, the lineup for the Spartans.
Yeah, you see USC Upstate, who they are putting out onto the floor. I'm looking at Deion Holmes as usual. Holmes, after Malik Moore went down with the injury, he's been having to shoulder the majority of the load so far. It'll be Malik Moore, who just got the rebound, to be a big presence tonight if Upstate wants to hang with Campbell.
Deep in the shot clock, it's down to 5. Josh Aldrich for 3. And Corey Ginsler, the rebound for Campbell. And Corey, the starting 5 for the Camels.
Well, obviously all the eyes go to Chris Clemens, but he has a supporting cast around him that are more than capable of producing as well. But Clemens is such a intense and big cog in the wheel of the Campbell offense.
Shot clock inside of 10. Nelson finds Udy, now into the hands of Chris Clemens, the nation's leading scorer. 3 to shoot. Shot for 3. And Clemens 0 for 1 on his first shot of the game. Reach-in foul called on Upstate as they fouled Jakor Nelson. Kevin McGeehan is in his 6th season at the helm of the Camels basketball program. 88 career wins, 105 losses. But his teams have played much better over the last 3 years, and part of that's because of that man right there with the ball, Chris Clemens, as he forces one inside and scores the game's first 2.
You're seeing already some of the acrobatics from Chris Clemens, that time really bumping in there, down on the low block and able to get the bucket.
USC Upstate has lost 6 in a row and 14 of its last 15. It is 6-23 on the year, just 1-13 in the Big South, coming off a 32-point loss, 92-60, 6 days ago on Thursday night at the helm of Charleston Southern. And there's a 3 that goes down at the shot clock buzzer by Everett Hammond, and Upstate has the lead by 1.
Yeah, Hammond has a 3-point touch. He's shown that off a couple times this season. Nice little buzzer-beating 3 that time.
Second possession of the game for the Fighting Camels of Campbell as Chris Clemens turns it over. First turnover on Campbell as Holmes flies up the floor. Into Hammond's hands. Here's White for 3. Rims in and out and fight for the rebound. Udy rips it away for the Camels. Here comes Jakor Nelson trying to slice his way down the lane. Turned it over. Second one on Campbell early in this game. Hammond flies up the floor and lays it in.
Yeah, look at that. That was all Everett Hammond. He was on a rabbit chase, if you will, trying to get after that basketball. He got to it and put it in. That was beautiful.
And Everett Hammond has all 5 Spartan points early on in this game. Udy against Zink. Ball deflected, and that's off the hands of Clemens. It'll be an over and back violation already. 3. Oh no, they say it was tipped by Upstate. Not an over and back, and Campbell retains possession. Shot clock at 3. Clemens along 2, book it.
That shot right there, that's what separates Chris Clemens from everyone else. Most would struggle to find the rim. He swished it.
That's his second basket, his 4th point. And cuts the lead to 1. It's 5-4. Upstate with the lead and the ball. Shot clock at 8. Holmes driving and lays it in. Holmes' first basket of the game, and a good start for Upstate. Corey leading 7-4.
Yeah, and this is critical for the Spartans. If they get down early, it's big-time trouble. They have had a decent number of good and sometimes great first-half starts this season. It's the second half where trouble starts.
And Clemens rims out that 3. A couple of those shots have gone halfway down and then come right back out. Here's Dalvin White, floating right-hander. Can't get the roll, and Udy. Defensive rebound for Campbell. Here comes Isaac Chapman. Driving inside and puts it in. That's his first 2 of the game, and it's a 1-point game. Upstate leads 7-6. Even though Upstate has lost 6 in a row, 4 of those losses are in very close games, losing 1 in overtime by 4, another loss by 4, 1 loss by 5 points, and a recent loss last week by 3. UD for 3. He puts it in.
Boy, what a tough shot, too. Doing that in front of Nevin Zink and from the very tip top of the arc.
And the Camels have their first lead of the night at 9-7. Holmes driving, can't finish. Offensive rebound, Zink. He lost it out of bounds. Goes back to Campbell, and we have a timeout on the floor. A back and forth battle early on in this game in Spartanburg. 15:09 to go in the first, and Campbell on the road leads it by 2. This Big South game is brought to you in part by Hardee's, because it tastes better. Geico, Big South alumni could save even more with an alumni discount from Geico. Visit geico.com/Big South today. Back in Spartanburg, 9-7. Campbell with the early lead on the road against the USC Upstate Spartans. Brock Bowling, Corey Hodges with you. Time now for our Marriott Keys of the game. And Corey, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, Brock, keys to victory for the Campbell Camels. You have to play better defense. Obviously, this is an Upstate team that can score at times here at home. You've got to watch it on the defensive end. Stop the dribble penetrator. We've already seen Dion Holmes cut in there a couple of times. You also have to control the glass. Seems obvious, but a rebounding edge can sometimes allow an inferior team to win the game.
UD needs help. Shot clock at 6. Chapman, 3 inside and puts it in.
It's a tough move to defend down there. Although I say that, and if you're a defender, you're saying, well, I'm going to stay with him jump for jump, but then they always kind of somehow seem to burn you like Chapman did that time.
Campbell beat Upstate on February 9th over in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, the home of Campbell, 82-66. Spartans trying to win the revenge game in the second meeting of the year here tonight at home. Shot clock at 5. This is Holmes against Clemens. Shot for 3. Way off the mark, and Ginsler flies in for the rebound. Here's Jordan Whitfield in the game for the first time tonight. Here's Clemens. 4 points so far. That's a long 2, and it goes in.
Look at that. I mean, those are the kind of shots that, you know, players who have eyes for professional basketball can hit. And Chris Clemens, it's effortless.
Hammond wide open for 3. Book it. His second 3 of the game. He has 8 points, 8 of the 10 for the Spartans.
Yeah, I like that too. It was plenty of room there for Everett Hammond. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it was just a good screen, and he had plenty of space. And Everett Hammond can hit.
Here's Clemens, their Mr. Everything for the Campbell Camels, and he lost it off his foot out of bounds. Turnover on Campbell, number 3. Dave Dickerson, the head coach for USC Upstate in his first season, and the keys to victory for the Spartans.
Yeah, Brock, play with energy if you're Upstate. You got to keep it going. It's tough because you've got a great player in here in the form of Chris Clemens. Got to keep the energy up. Play to our capabilities. That means do the things that we do well. Keep doing them as much as you can. And again, the early deficit. Well, right now you're only down by 3. The Spartans are keeping up with Campbell, but you can't get down early because if Clemens were to get involved and start taking over, then you're really in a pickle.
Spawn, Brandon Martin inside. Shot clock at 5. He needs help. Shot clock at 3. Hammond has to put it up. Beat the shot clock buzzer. Rebound UD. Here comes Clemens. He has 3 baskets on the night, 6 points so far. Drives in and lays it in. And count the basket and a foul.
Boy, if you get a secondary look at what Chris Clemens just did, and thanks guys, good work. Here comes Clemens, and you're seeing that quick cut to the basket. And he just flies past Pat Welch, and then no problem at all. Everett Hammond and Aldrich in there, but he did miss the free throw, Brock.
And he had made 34 consecutive free throws prior to that one. One more free throw made. Had he made it, it would have tied the school record for consecutive free throws made. He missed, and now the streak has to start over. There's a turnover on Campbell. Welch, quick shot 3. No. UD the rebound. Yeah, rare miss by Clemens at the foul line. He shoots 86%. He had made 34 in a row. Here's a 3 by Clemens. Just rims out. Offensive rebound, Whitfield. UD can't finish, and the rebound by Hammond.
I think last time what you saw from Clemens was he was going to try to take out some frustration and say, I'm going to hit a contested three from the top of the arc, and he almost got it.
This is Martin. Backs in on the freshman Chapman and lost it into Spahn's hands with 10 to shoot. Martin driving, trying to avoid the defender. Baseline shot, yes.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Brandon Martin getting in there. You know, Dad's in the house tonight, so I'm sure Pops is proud of that.
Yeah, Brandon Martin, the son of University of South Carolina Gamecock basketball coach Frank Martin. And as Corey said, Frank is here in the GB Hodge Center watching his son play tonight. Clemens trying to create and turn it over. 5 turnovers on Campbell. Martin 1 on 3, goes in anyway. Shot blocked by Udy, taken by the Camels. Whitfield on Welch and floats it up and in.
That's nice, coming back in a hustle and in a hurry and able to finish high off the glass.
First 2 points of the game for Jordan Whitfield, the sophomore, and Campbell leads by 5. And Hammond throws it into the backcourt. That's a turnover, number 2 on Upstate. And we get a timeout on the court, 10:38 to go in the first half.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Brandon Martin.
As Upstate trails by 5 here at home. I can't believe you missed a free throw. I can't believe it.
Bakers. Gosh, I'm shocked by that too. Happened so quick and we weren't even, wasn't even on the screen. Ugh. It's okay, yeah. No worries.
Fans, we'd like to give a special thank you to tonight's ball kids. Logan Norton, Nathan Harris, Charlie Klosterman, and Anna Sandega.
We can knock out a read. Okay, got it. Yep. Yeah. How about we do it at the under 8 media timeout? Okay. Back in Spartanburg, 17-12, Campbell leading USC Upstate here in the first half. Visit BigSouthSports.com and stay current with everything in the Big South Conference. News, results, stats, standings, and much more. Enjoy video features profiling student athletes from across the conference, as well as the Big South 90 presented by Pepsi. Remember, the source for all of your conference information is BigSouthSports.com. Back in Spartanburg, Brock Bowling, Corey Hodges with you, and the rest of our ESPN Plus crew. Here's a shot for 3 by Gensler. That goes in. Corey Gensler, his first points of the night, and Campbell has its biggest lead of 8. Upstate trying to respond. It lost to Campbell by 16 points in Bowie's Creek back in early February, trying to get revenge and redemption here at home tonight. Second to last home game for the Spartans this year. Senior night will be this coming Saturday night against Hampton. Shot clock at 5. Holmes, a long 2, got it.
Yeah, good shot there for Dion. You know, one thing that's interesting, Brock, when you look at the 3 games that Malik Moore has missed, home against UNC Asheville, at Longwood, and at Charleston Southern, Dion Holmes has done a good job of filling in the gaps since that time with 18, 12, and 24 points.
Step back jumper by Whitfield is good as Jordan Whitfield comes off the bench for his second basket of the night. And Holmes is fouled by Whitfield, and that's his first. And Chris Clemens out of the game right now. Corey getting a breather. There you see him right there, right behind Coach Kevin McGeehan. And so far, 8 points in the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Chris Clemens, and it's very efficient so far. You just saw the stat there in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Wherever you may be watching us from tonight, 4 of 7 and has the 8 points. And Chris Clemens just gets it done quietly, too. He can put up 30 points, and no one knows he's in the building.
Holmes' 3 just rims out, and the rebound by Ginsler for Campbell. It's a Campbell team which is in second place in the Big South Conference, 1 game back of first. Udy, step back 3. Zink, skies high for the rebound for Upstate. Here comes Dalvin White. Upstate in last place of the league. It has just 1 Big South Conference win and 6 wins total. Ball out of bounds. It stays with Upstate. As Chris Clemens, after a short breather, will come back into the game. Also coming in is Milos Stacic, number 10, big man inside for the Campbells, or the Campbell Camels. We might mention tonight, Corey, that Upstate is without its leading scorer, Malik Moore. He's out with a broken hand, hoping to come back perhaps by this weekend. We'll wait and see. Ball knocked away, taken away by Campbell. Here's Clements. Trey Spencer in the game for the first time tonight. Stacic, nice pass inside. Spencer can't finish, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, that would have been a great way to finish that play up. Had the ball gone through the net, you're going to see it there almost. I'll call that 5 cents, not quite 10 cents for a dime. I'll give him half of the 10-cent piece. But, yeah, Brock, you go back to Malik Moore not being here. Hopefully he can appear in that Hampton game on March the 2nd, this coming Saturday afternoon, because obviously that is a time that Upstate will honor the seniors. But, you know, Malik Moore is definitely someone that Upstate has missed over the last couple. I mentioned what Deion Holmes has done during his absence, but you want to see him at least make 1 more appearance before he and Deion Holmes bow out.
As Spencer makes both free throws. Yeah, it's been a banged-up club this year for Upstate. Malik Moore out right now with a broken hand, but hoping to come back soon. Bryson Mozone fractured a foot a few weeks ago. He is out for the rest of the season. Martin against Stacic. Oh, nice turnaround hook goes in for Brandon Martin.
Yeah, that was nice from Brandon Martin. We saw him get the push off, got the defender to fall, and then hit the bucket before we went to the last break. And then that time, a little hook shot. Nice.
Campbell by 8. Loose ball picked up by the Camels. Plenty of time to shoot. Whitfield's 3. A little too strong, and over the back foul called on Stacic for Campbell. That's his first. And we get a media timeout. 7:44 to go in the opening half. Chris Clemens has 8 points of his team's 24, and the lead is 8. Mates and the coaching staff, and so far he has 8 points. And some of the numbers that he has put up this year have been outstanding. We just saw his 34 consecutive free throws made streak come to an end earlier in this half, but he has 110 consecutive games scoring in double figures. He's 2 points away from making it 111. And this year, including this past week, he has been named the Big South Player of the Week 6 times, leads the nation in scoring at just over 30 points a game.
Well, you're seeing already a couple of his shots, and you know that one obviously was off, but you know you're going to go back and review the foul here. That's what we were seeing. My apologies to where we were reviewing on that foul, and officials now are looking at the replay.
They went to the monitor to check on a foul discrepancy, and it appears they got everything figured out. They came over to me to ask if they could see our monitor for a moment. Then they said, never mind, we got it taken care of.
Right.
So,
yep.
But we're happy to help.
That's right.
Wherever we can.
I'm very generous. I know you are as well. Go ahead and use our monitor if you need it.
Upstate down by 8. That was one of the keys that Corey mentioned and Coach Dave Dickerson mentioned before the game, don't get out to a slow start, don't have an early deficit. Right now it's still manageable at 8 points with 7:20 to go in this first half. Shot clock at 6. White, Welch, three-pointer, yes!
Well, that's Welch's spot. Typically, he likes to slide over a little bit more in the cracker box area, if you will, right there in the deep part of the corner. But still, you're not going to see Pat Welch take many from the top of the arc. That's his sweet spot.
Cuts the lead down to 5 at 24-19. Spencer, tough shot. Missed it off the banker. And the rebound by Deion Holmes. Martin, tough shot inside. Can't get the roll. Rebound by Udy. And here comes Chris Clemens. 8 points so far tonight. He averages 30.1 per game this season. This is the 12th meeting all-time between these two clubs. Campbell leads the all-time series 7-4 as Clemens has his shot blocked and out of bounds. These two teams used to play each other regularly in the Atlantic Sun Conference for 4 years, from 2007 to 2011. And in 2011, that's when Campbell joined the Big South Conference, its second stint in the league. And then USC Upstate moving from the Atlantic Sun to the Big South starting this season. Inside, wide open, Udy.
Great find on the inbounds that time and able to shoot it in there. And that was nice from Ja'Cour Nelson. Nelson had the eyes up.
Hammond, strong move inside, shot blocked away. And taken away by Campbell. And here's Chris Clemens. Long three-pointer, rims in and out. That's about 3 or 4 shots from downtown, Corey, that have just not gone through as easily as he would have hoped. Here's Holmes' three. Too strong, Ja'Cour Nelson the rebound, and the Camels want to run. Clemens on the baseline drive and lays it in.
Yeah, Josh Aldrich was trying his hardest to keep Clemens with him. It just did not work.
If you love college basketball, you need to check out ESPN Plus. This season, ESPN Plus will have more than 2,500 live college basketball games. But you can also see the UFC and international events, as well as exclusive documentaries, all on demand. Log on to ESPN Plus today. And with that basket by Chris Clemens, he now has 10 points. And Corey, that's now 111 consecutive games for Chris Clemens, scoring in double figures. That is third best all time.
Well, obviously we knew he was going to get to that point tonight, barring something unforeseen. He was going to reach double digits, and again, 10 points for Chris Clemens is something that I kind of a way for him to get into a zone early on in the game. Chris Clemens will see that he has 10 points and says, all right, well, where are my 30 other points coming from? Because that's typically what Chris Clemens has done this season. But he is something special, and it just takes him no time at all to get a couple of quick buckets because he can score in a myriad amount of ways.
White, open three. Fight for the rebound, and loose ball foul called on Josh Aldrich, and that's his first. And I talked to Coach McGeehan before the game for Campbell, talked to Coach Dickerson as well for Upstate, and they both said one thing about Chris Clemens that they agree on. He's just an ultimate competitor, also a dynamic scorer, but they say he can take it to a different level that really no one else has in the Big South. In terms of competitiveness, he makes it look so easy when he scores baskets. He can take it to the rim, has the mid-range jumper, super athletic, almost unlimited range on his three-point shots. He's made a lot of threes this year, a good 3 to 4 feet from beyond the arc.
I think what's important as well,
and there he scores again.
Yeah, so Clemens now at 12, but to be 5'9", 185, this is a springy guard who doesn't have size on his side, but he doesn't let that be a hindrance to him.
Biggest lead of the night for Campbell at 11. And a turnover on Upstate, it's 4th. Clemens trying to assess the defense. Backdoor pass to Chapman and turned it over. 6 turnovers on Campbell. Holmes wants to run. And taken away by Chris Clemens.
Yeah, Aldridge never really had control of that, and Chris Clemens was in there to go ahead and play cat burglar.
Inside 4 minutes to go in this first half. Clemens a long three, got it. That's his first 3 of the game. He has 15 points. He's halfway to his season average, and a timeout taken by Dave Dickerson and USC Upstate. With 3:51 to go in the first half, Chris Clemens hits a 3. 15 points already as the Camels lead it by 14.
Fans, please turn your attention to the court as we recognize 2 of USC Upstate's biggest supporters, Charlie and J.P. Hodge, as today's Spartans of the game.
Okay.
J.P. Hodge graduated from USC Upstate with a bachelor's degree in secondary education. She also received 2 master's degrees before beginning a teaching career that lasted over 30 years, including 7 years as an instructor here at USC Upstate. J.P. also served as the university's director of school partnerships, and she was honored as the Teacher of the Year for Upstate School of Education in 2013. Charlie Hodge was a member of the University of South Carolina's track team before graduating with a degree in journalism and attending law school. Charlie has experienced a very successful legal career, and he has served his home state in various capacities, including a time as the chairman of the board of the Coastal Carolina University Board of Trustees, as well as currently serving as a board member of the USC Upstate Foundation, among many other volunteer civic activities. The Hodges are both Spartanburg natives, and they have been avid USC Upstate athletics supporters for over 20 years. On the court, to present the Hodges with a special autographed Spartan of the Game commemorative basketball is Director of Athletics Daniel Fide and Chancellor Kelly.
Back in Spartanburg, Brock Bowling, Corey Hodges with you, and here's a look at the last meeting between these 2 teams. USC Upstate and Campbell played on February 9th in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina, and Campbell won that one by 16. And one difference in that game compared to this game, Corey, is the absence tonight of Malik Moore.
That's right. Yeah, there was no, it was Malik Moore in that ball game, of course, 16 in the 8, 5 for 10 shooting. You see that there on the graphic, but not here tonight. So you are missing Malik Moore, and of course the points that he was giving to the Spartans team before he went down with the broken hand. And that was a player in Malik Moore who was really all season long. We were looking for he and Deion Holmes to hook up and try to score 15, 20 a night. It never really quite happened though. And now that Malik Moore is out with injury, possibly we may see him on Saturday against Hampton. Just puts more of the onus on Malik Moore and really the rest of the team.
Spawn driving, 3 to shoot. Here's Hammond. Has to force one up and nearly got the roll. Offensive rebound, Martin. And he had his shot blocked away. Good defense by the Camels. Here comes Chris Clemens, 15 points already in the first half. He's halfway to his season average of 30.1 points per game. He had 32 against the Spartans back on February 9th. Udy driving and lays it in. And Upstate with the ball down by 16. Spawn a deep 3. That's way short, and Clemens skies high for the rebound, only 5'9". Playing in his senior season, Clemens for 3. And White rips away the rebound. He wants to run. Hammond driving. Finds White. Tight roping the baseline. Inside Martin. Foul line jumper, and no. Put back, missed by Holmes, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, Dion was very active that time. He could see the shot the whole way from Brandon Martin and knew pretty much right off the jumper. You'll see it here that shot was going to be short. And Dion was trying to possibly get up and maybe stuff that one in on a cleanup jam. It didn't quite happen, so he'll be here at the line to do it the other way.
That is Upstate's first free throw made and attempted tonight. Hey, Big South fans, this March, the 2019 Big South Men's Basketball Tournament could be held at your school. The tournament begins on March 5th with first-round games at campus sites. The quarterfinals and semifinals will be played at the number 1 overall seed on March 7th and 8th. The highest remaining seed hosting the championship game on March 10th. Visit BigSouthSports.com for more information on the clash for the title of Big South champion. Got a little scary there. All kinds of bodies thrown our way on that loose ball.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to have a chance to catch a ball again.
White off the mark on that three. Loose ball foul. Rebound is on Yori Spahn. And that's his first.
Yuri Spahn, that's his first personal 16 foul.
So how do you feel like the Upstate defense has defended Chris Clemens so far? You know he's going to get his points. He's a dynamic scorer, but what do you think so far on the Upstate D?
I think it's a case, as we're seeing Clemens here, of you're trying your best to defend Clemens, but he's doing a little bit of fading away tonight as well, and he can execute his shot even against a set-up defense. That's what makes it the task so tall when it comes to defending Chris Clemens. You can do your best, though.
Nelson floats one up and in. That's his first 2 points of the game.
But really, sometimes doing your best against a player like Chris Clemens still means you're going to give up 25 plus.
Spahn, tough fadeaway, no, foul inside on the Camels. That's on Andrew Udy, and that's his first.
Sometimes the runs for the opposition, as you see Coach Dickerson there, Brock.
In his first season as the head coach of USC Upstate, coaching in his home state, said it was too good of an offer to refuse to come back to his native home state and take over this basketball program at USC Upstate, a team which won just 7 games last year, just 6 wins so far this year, trying to change the culture, trying to change the atmosphere, and trying to turn things around here in Spartanburg. Chapman up inside, reverse layup is good.
That's all on the break that time and finding the cutter underneath, but you know, you go back a couple moments ago and
Hammond wide open for the three.
That's nice too, getting the ball to Everett Hammond. He's showing off a little bit of a three-point touch here so far to get this down to 13. But what I was going to say a little bit earlier, I lost my train of thought for a moment, but it was, Upstate has had teams come in here this season in the Hodge and put up a run and build a lead in explosive fashion. This has been a quiet building of the lead for Campbell.
Nice move by Nelson again, the sophomore with his second consecutive basket. He has 4 points. Shot clock turned off, and Upstate can hold for the last shot of the half, trailing by 15. Down to 10 seconds to go. Spahn against Clemens. Left-handed, no, but he's fouled with 4.8 to go, and Yori Spahn will head to the line for 2 shots.
You'll see Spahn here cutting inside on Clemens and able to earn those shots. It was a wise move for the Upstate offense, as it was direct to Yuri Spahn from Coach Dickerson. He went ahead and gave Spahn the play, and a wise move to hold it down to, I'm sure Upstate would have preferred to have run the clock down to maybe around a second or 2 left, but with the right at, we'll call it 5 seconds, not quite, but just about. This still gives Campbell time to get one more play off.
1 out of 2 for Spahn. And a quick timeout taken by Kevin McGeehan and Campbell. 3.4 to go here in the first half. And a chance for the last shot for the Campbell Camels.
Yeah, they'll go ahead and take the time to draw something up.
So Kevin McGeehan in his 6th season at Campbell, he and his entire coaching staff relentlessly recruited Chris Clemens. He's from nearby Raleigh, North Carolina, just about 30 to 40 minutes north of Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. That's where Campbell is. And there's some other bigger schools looking at Clemens, but Clemens wanted to stay closer to home, and he really had a lot of respect for the way Coach McGeehan and his staff always came to his games. The entire staff always came to his games. There's a look at Coach McGeehan's resume. 54 wins over the past 3 seasons, this season and the previous 2. And it helps when you have a guy like Chris Clemens on your team to get you some W's.
Yeah, it sure does. He stand out at Millbrook High School and has just improved every single season. We'll touch on those numbers in the second half, but Clemens better and better every year.
So 2.3 to go. The inbound to Udy. Up the floor, Nelson, half-court shot, bangs off the window. And halftime is here in Spartanburg. And at the break, the Campbell Camels on the road in second place in the Big South Conference, trying to make a run towards that conference title. Lead the USC Upstate Spartans 41-27 here on ESPN+.
Hey, good to see you.